Good afternoon, colleagues, and your grade 9 learners. I am Tisetso Mokhutle. I will be presenting to you the cost of electrical power. It is the second lesson that follows the Monday's lessons. Next slide. Okay, the presentation outline is as follows. We are going to have an overview of what we talked about in the first lesson. I'll be revising the key concepts: electrical power, energy consumption, cost of electricity, and also introducing something new, calculating electrical power usage using your electricity voucher from your homes. Next. Then we'll do a few more practice problems, and then calculating costs from a prepaid electricity voucher. And lastly, we'll conclude our lesson with the quiz questions for the learners. Okay, overview of the concepts. The concept that we talked about, it was electrical power, energy consumption, and cost of electricity. I need to go over each of the three, each and every one of the three. Okay, the first one, electrical power, it says it is the rate at which electrical energy is used by an electrical device. So how fast an electrical device consumes energy, we say it has got, the more power it has got, it will consume a lot of electrical energy. All right, and power is measured in watts, meaning an electrical device that has, let's say, the other one has got 500 watts, and the other one has got, and the other one is 200 watts. It means the one that has got 500 watts will most likely use more electrical energy when it is connected in your homes. And then watts can also be written as kilowatt, and 1 kilowatt is equal to 1,000 watts. So in summary, a high power rating device implies high energy consumption. And then the next concept is that of energy consumption. So here we are looking at, we know that different electrical devices can consume different electrical energy. But then we are going to measure the usage of each of the two different devices over time, let's say a month. Then when we check over a month, which one has consumed a lot of energy, we started talking about energy consumption. It's about consuming electrical energy over a period of time. It is measured in, note, it is not the same, it is measured in kilowatt hours. Okay, and then to get the energy consumption, it means if you look at any electrical appliance, you look at what we call the wattage label. It means if it's written 120 watts, you will put it in the equation there. You'll put 120 watts, but having converted the watts to kilowatts. And then you actually would consider, or you would have noted the amount of time that the device would take. So you multiply the time by the wattage to get the energy. Lastly, the cost of electricity. The formula is cost is equal to energy consumption multiplied by cost per kilowatt in rands. The two equations there are related. You will see, you can press, you will see on that one of energy consumption, we substitute the whatever answer that we get into the next equation called cost is equals to energy consumptions. So the two are related. To get the cost, it means a learner can first start calculating energy and then substituting the answer that they get from the energy equation into the cost equation. Or the learner can put all three variables in one equation, like I indicated the difference last week. Overall, the summary now, it says the cost depends on how much energy a device uses and the price of electricity. You can have two different devices which have two different wattage label. The other one is 120, the other one is 40. They will consume different energies, but the cost depends on which one is connected for a longer time, because you are going to multiply the energy consumption by the time. It doesn't help to say I have connected. Okay, those circles just to show the relation between the two equations. You can move to the next slide. Okay, here are the practice problems. We're gonna do two. The first one is about a light bulb. It says here, a 60-watt light bulb is used for 5 hours. You'll realize I have highlighted the most important things from the equation. So learners must always be careful to underline all the values that you are going to use for your calculations. It means 60 watt, that is power, we know we underline it. There's 5 hours, we know it's time, we underline it. And there's one rand 80 per kilowatt, we know it is the unit price, we underline it. And then you will see there in blue, it is the question. What is being asked of you to do? It says, how much does it cost? You also underline what you need to calculate. And then you'll see all the three values there. The watt, the first thing that you do, you have to convert the watt from watts to kilowatt. And how do you do that? You divide every time the number of watts by 1,000 to get to 0.06. And then the 0.06, then you can put it into the energy equation. You'll see number 2 there, it is the energy equation. It says energy is equals to 0.06 multiplied by 5 hours, and then the energy used is 0.3 kilowatt. Once you get the answer of energy used, you can put it into the cost equation. It says here, cost is equals to 0.3 multiplied by 1 rand 80, which is 1 kilowatt, which is equals to 0.54 of a rand, which is 54 cents. Okay, all those colors are just indicating to you what is important. There you go to a calculator, you say 60 divided by 100, you get 0.06, which is kilowatt. And you see the rate, those values that it means you take the power, you insert it into the energy equation. Then you get the answer of what the energy is. The answer that you get from the energy, you insert it into the cost equation. The next practice problem, it says here, a computer uses 120 watts and it is on for 4 hours a day. What is the weekly cost of running the computer if electricity costs 2 rand 70 per kilowatt? So what is being asked here, it says weekly cost. And then you are given the values there for 1 day. So it means after getting the answer, we're gonna multiply everything by 7 to get the cost for a week. So we start doing the conversion first. You do 120 to get it to kilowatts. What you do, you say 120 divided by 100 is 0.12. And then the answer that you get here, you see I underline it here, you are going to transfer it here to the energy equation. So it will be the power multiplied by 4 hours, which is equal to 0.48, which is the energy. The energy answer, you are going to put it there. And you actually multiply the energy by 7 days before you put it into the cost equation. Why? Because we are going to calculate the cost for the week. Right, the next slide. The next slide shows us the prepaid voucher that we normally get when we buy electricity. You remember I've been talking about energy used, but when you buy the voucher, we're talking about the energy supplied. So I'm just gonna show you the relation between what we are talking about and this voucher. You'll realize on your voucher, there's something that's written there, 48,3 kilowatt. And we know the unit for energy is kilowatt hour. And then the price is written there. So much rents per kilowatt hour. So those are the most important things. And then you can multiply in the unit price by the energy supplied to get actually the cost. Okay. So that's how you can do your calculations. No, thank you very much. I'm gonna let you do some of the calculations that are in the quiz, and let's see if you are able to use the equations effectively. Thank you very much.